Welcome back. How did you go price checking all your previous spending, more commonly known as debts? Hopefully, you found you can be paying far less, which frees up even more money to get debt-free quickly and cheaply. I'd love to hear how you're getting on. And I'm busily producing your up-to-the-minute Nicole's Fast Smart Money flash briefings if you have an Amazon Alexa, or you can watch and listen to them where we connect on social media. Staying current really is vital to optimizing your finances today. Which brings me to the A in your smart money makeover, amass a cash stash. Now, before you sigh and slump, this is going to be easy and exciting. As usual, I'm going to give you the shortcuts and the top tips, how to make however much money you have take you as far as possible.
And I think people will often think if you don't have any money, you're bad at managing money or you're not financially capable. But often people with small amounts of money are great money managers because they make every bit count. Every dollar counts.
I'm about to explain the key to a comfy life before sharing the 3 inexpensive ways to soup up your super with life-changing results. So the key to that comfy life: Albert Einstein, renowned physicist, made the call that compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. So that's the strategy of earning interest on interest or investment returns on investment returns. And I call it the snowball of success because that's what your money does. At the age of 15 or 16, a thing called compound interest is bordering on magic. Say you can save $6 a day and get an 8% investment return. By the time you're 60, you will be a millionaire. Better still, $900,000 of that money will be free. Okay, that was from one of my Smart Money Start Schools incursions, and you're probably older than 15 or 16. But tell your kids today, and at whatever age, the sooner you start, the less you actually have to find to save, the more free money you get. By the way, Einstein's what I call theory of relative worth goes that he or she, right, who understands compound interest earns it. He or she who doesn't pays it by getting into debt, like we talked about in week 2. That's compounding working against, not for you. Don't be money dumb, be money smart. And you can get a crash course in how to invest as safely as possible from the horse's mouth by Googling Money Smart and Invest Smarter to find the official education tool I'm proud to front for ASIC. All you need to do to harness compounding is reinvest your dividends so you have more and more shares over time, and hopefully they will go up. Now, we talked last week about your mortgage. Not only do you want a fully paid off roof over your head, hopefully well before you retire, you want enough money to live on for maybe 30 years of work-free leisure time. Yeah, possibly. How much is enough is fiercely, pretty unhelpfully debated, but I explain in this clip what you might need best with my Tipple Test.
Here's the one that I think always brings it home to people. This is my Tipple Test. A comfy retirement has bottled wine, you know, your favourite drop, within reason, but your favourite drop. A modest retirement has cask wine. My dad still likes that. I don't know. Not so keen on it myself. And an age pension. The age pension has home brew or maybe no alcohol at all. And that is where they put it. So you can see the figures already.
And don't forget that super's only been around for 25 years. So anyone retiring today doesn't have a lifetime of super like many people in the room will have. So there's a few other considerations.
So the super I refer to is, of course, superannuation. And you'll know your employer is supposed to pay in a set amount extra to your salary for your retirement. But check. Just log into your super account, which you should be doing like your bank accounts. And if you are self-employed or a gigger, you must pay super yourself. Future you will be so very grateful. But I'm going to get really serious now. Wait for it.
You may have seen one GFC, global financial crisis, but I firmly believe the new GFC is going to be the girls' financial crisis. A man is not a plan.
Too true. But for we women, there is a triple whammy. We still bizarrely earn less. We still more often than not stop earning to work even harder raising children, right? Then we go and live some 3 years longer. That means a smaller cash stash has to last us longer.
Now, what everything has just spoken to there is the inherent failing of superannuation, which is that it's inherently sexist. That's kind of the bottom line. By accident, not by intent. And the entire problem is that it's earnings-based.
Super is often far from it for us and for anyone who earns less and takes breaks. My calcs show the typical 42-year-old male today who's had super his whole working life is still tracking 11% short of a comfortable retirement and of affording bottled wine. So the Super Association says that requires a lump sum at retirement of $545,000 for a single person and not much more for a couple. They share costs after all. But women are 34% short. And of course, on higher salaries, the dollar figure that represents is big. All women, and even a lot of men, need to give what I call your fun fund a smart, cheap little boost to secure a sweet post-work life. Super boost number 1 is find your lost super. Had multiple jobs, moved a couple of times, you could be reunited with an average of $3,000 per lost super account. By the way, women lose funds more often. How do you do that? Me?
Okay, so maybe this is part of the confusion because the way you do it has changed, but it's really quite simple. So all you do is you go into ato.gov.au. Now there's a form to fill out if you want to go the snail mail way, or there's an online way. So you need to activate or log into your MyGov account. Now that's kind of a one-stop shop really for your official money life. So it's a good thing to have anyway. You've got Centrelink, childcare benefits, taxation, all on there too. Plug in the details, go to Find My Super, and it should throw up a list.
Don't forget, multiple funds mean multiple fees. Between you and me, I lost an entire fund from my years working in a news agency while I studied before I knew better. Don't pay more than 1% for the fund you choose to roll the others into either. What are the best funds? Go here for the full rundown on fees and returns. It's important to look at investment performance over 5 and even 10 years. You don't want a one-hit wonder for your long-term savings, and check out just how much funds are taking in fees. I want you to immediately Google 2 things: super co-contribution if you're working, and super contribution spouse if you or your main squeeze has no or low income, possibly because of munchkins like my cute cheap one operating the camera, getting an early money education. Income limits apply to both, but check if you qualify for something that can only be described as free money, which you could collect every single year. Here's the thing, if you make extra super contributions through your employer, or if you tell your super fund you intend to claim a tax deduction for contributions that you make direct, they'll cost you less. This is because they effectively come out before tax. Again, you get something for nothing. Ladies, and possibly gentlemen too, I urge you to consider paying in at least 2% into super yourself during all periods of work. That's what one firm of actuaries, I call them super sleuths, has successfully applied to the Human Rights Commission to be able to do for its female workers, to make up for the fact that they may well live longer.
So there's the discontinuity of their super.
Absolutely, and that's the problem. It's the gaps at the early stages of life where there is no compounding happening.
Yep.
You're not putting money in, you're not getting that snowball of success. If you just keep that ticking over, even in as little amounts as you can, it makes a huge amount of difference. I mean, earlier we were talking about 2%. The solutions are actually small but early. You know, then it's not an insurmountable problem. People don't need to be getting defeatist.
Finally, in all investment, it's vital to understand that slow and steady wins the race. If anyone tells you about an opportunity that seems too good to be true, it could even be a scam, and you'll almost certainly risk losing money.
It's about helping people with information, unbiased information, like the Money Smart website, the sort of stuff you do for us in schools.
Website.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's just basically giving people somewhere they can go for a bit of backup. But at the end of the day,
Independent, trustworthy content as
Yeah.
well. No one's selling anything.
No.
You know, there's no
half the problem.
Yeah,
Half the problem.
Exactly.
People selling
Totally.
people selling your stuff.
I know. Yeah. Be smart. And that's week 3 of your Smart Money Makeover, the A for Amass a Cash Stash. Your money missions are investigate investing outside of super and start contributing at least 2% extra into it. Quite seriously, if you do nothing else, that last thing will change your life, and again, more easily and cheaply than you ever imagined. Don't miss a Nicole's Fast Smart Money flash briefing. Remember to hit the bell to be notified when one drops on YouTube, if that's where you're watching. And see you same time, same place next week for week 4 of your Smart Overhaul for Ring Fence Your Success.